Jeez. We felt so good last week. We're going to a bowl game. Okay, we beat Wisconsin. We got 6 wins. We don't have to hear about that bowl game streak shit anymore. We do have to hear about the Iowa shit. 2 years in a row now. How many years in a row? Same shit. We outplayed them most of this game. And they did what they always do. They wait for us to make mistakes, and then we give them the ball game. And it wasn't any different this year. I suppose there's going to be blame and screaming and all this stuff and all this, people are going to shitting on Dana Holgorsen. People are going to be shitting on Dylan Raiola. You better not be shitting on the defense, because we held the team to 13 points. And when you hold the team to 13 points, you should be winning games. You should always be winning games when you hold the team to 13 points. There's probably going to be talk about, special teams. You missed a field goal that could have won this game, because Iowa would have had to play a little bit different. They probably would have played to overtime. And if everything stayed the same, if we'd have made the field goal, they'd still played to overtime. And God knows we suck at overtimes. Our special team still needs work, obviously. The whole, muffed punt thing, it looked to me like an Iowa player touched the ball before our guy did, but apparently they weren't going to overturn that. Kudos to our defense to holding Iowa to, a field goal in that situation. Kaleb Johnson was going to score on a big run, because that's what Kaleb Johnson does. And, I realize he ran through a bunch of tackles. He's going to be an All-American back. He makes plays. He's been basically their offense, carried him Iowa throughout the season. He's a very good player. So, if you're going to complain about the defense giving up that one, good luck with that. It's not, stuff like that happens. There's some things that still drive, losing to Iowa like the way we do is still something we have to work out. I'm exhausted. I got chest pains, which isn't good. I didn't tell my wife, but Jesus, good God, how do you fucking do this every year with Iowa? I guess we still have to work on that. We got to a bowl game. Now we have to get over the hump against Iowa. And in case anybody out there asks, would I like to be Iowa? No, I'd still rather be us, because I still think we're going in the right direction. And I still feel sad. You guys won a game, but you're never going to really win anything else. What is it? Kirk Ferentz is 1 or 2 games away from becoming the Big Ten's winningest coach of all time. And he still will have, honestly, I guess, a lot of wins and no real victories, just no championships of any kind to show for it. So the bottom line is, even losing this game, I'd still rather be Nebraska than Iowa. There you go for that. On offense, the one thing that drives me still insane, the only thing that drives me really batshit insane about Dylan Raiola is he is too calm. I'm pretty sure toward the end of the game he checked into a run rather than the coaches calling a running play there. And I know that we can say he's a freshman quarterback and learning. I still think he's going to be a generational talent. That one throw he made on the run to pick up a first down to, was it Banks? Is an NFL type throw. But his lackadaisical kind of movement, there's no urgency. You'd think he would have picked up on that as the season went on, and clearly toward the end of the game, they made a play and we didn't, and that really fucking sucks. Because they didn't have to make very many plays, because our offense, once again, couldn't get the ball in to score points when we needed points. I'm not going to blame Dana Holgorsen for that either. I hope he sticks around. I think he's also a guy that can make the team that much better. They played Carter Nelson, and he got into the game for some things. And here, with the ball goes through your hands right when you need a play, right there. That's probably points right there. The ball is perfectly thrown to you, goes right through your hands, and what the fuck, man? It's not like this isn't against Wisconsin where you could afford to do that. That was against Iowa where you couldn't afford to do that. We could have been gotten points because I think that pass play probably would have put us maybe into field goal range, but you can't tell. Again, we got John Holy makes 9 straight field goals, and then the announcer goes, "He has made 9 straight field goals," and then the snap is bad, and we miss a fucking field goal. Special teams still seems to be like, what the fuck is going on? Isaiah Garcia Castaneda on that last punt of the game to us, he calls fair catch. Why? Gain any yardage. This is a game where yardage is like gold. It's, so important and so valuable that you have to treat it like gold, or whatever's more expensive than gold. And I guess that's the one thing that bugs me a lot about this team still. Again, listen, we got to a bowl game. We're going to get to a bowl game. That's a big deal. So I realize we all want to just fucking smash everything in our house to pieces and burn shit down. But we did get to a bowl game this year. That was a big deal. Where the hell was I? Treating things like gold. When you get into a game like this, you have to treat every freaking yard you're going to gain or lose like it's so precious that you have to fight for every bit of it. And there's still some guys on this team that I think are probably moving on after this season. That play, probably more than any I can think of in this game, is like, you needed that play. Dana Holgorsen's play calling, somebody on our game thread complained about it. We ran on first down. Typically, we gained good yardage, and then we throw the ball. I don't think Iowa's defense is the type of defense where you could just keep running the ball on every play and gain yardage. You have to mix it up. They have a good defense. We did pretty well running the ball at times. And then, but we do score 10 points in the first half, and then we didn't score again in the rest of the game, so we still have that to figure out. Somebody out there, we can blame, we can say things like curses or things like that. I think that stuff's bullshit. It's not a curse. It's just the fact that you have to still work on this stuff, and you have to still get better, and you have to keep moving forward. And I do feel good about, I know this is probably the shittiest time for you to hear this, but I still feel good about where we're going and where we're headed. We're going to see who we have for offensive and defensive coordinators going into next season. And I know there's a lot of reasons that people are going to go, well, Tony White could just leave and I don't give a fuck. And well, Dana Holgorsen could just leave and I don't give a fuck. Really? Really? Because who are you going to hire that's better than them? Because most of the time we just come up with names that we know. We grasp them out of the air. We have no idea who's good offensive coordinators and who's good defensive coordinators. And then who's going to fit into the coaching staff. So honestly, I hope we have Dana Holgorsen again next year. I hope we have Tony White coming back as a defensive coordinator. If you're expecting perfection out of offense and defense when it comes to either of these teams, either side of the ball, well, you're not going to get it. Case in point, Kaleb Johnson ripping off, 72 yards? I know people are probably going like, I'm sick of those swing passes. Well, the swing passes are out there. I didn't look at the plays completely, but the swing passes are out there for dump downs, And that's Dylan. You can see Dylan kind of looking down the field. There were times where you could see receivers open. He didn't throw the ball. And again, he's going to have to build more confidence. And I still think Dylan Raiola is, put it this way, you do this as an exercise between now and our bowl game. Go out and talk to fans of other teams. And I don't mean like the top 5 teams. You go out and you talk to fans of other teams and ask them, would you rather have Dylan Raiola or not? And I'm telling you, 99% of them that aren't dipshits or aren't trolls are going to say, yeah, I'd really love to have Dylan Raiola on my team. So if you're going to beat that guy up, no, that's kind of fruitless. One thing that we could use going into next season is a Kaleb Johnson, a guy that can just hit home runs, and we really haven't had that. Do we have a receiver that you can count on all the time to, when you throw the ball to him, when you need to pick up a first down, the ball's thrown completely right at him, that they're going to make that catch 98% of the time? Do we have that? Doesn't look like it. God, what a frustrating loss. What a fucking TV breaking, smash your house up and freeze to death in winter because all your windows are broken and your heater's shut off kind of loss. Another year of Iowa gloating. And even though they're going to gloat, I'd really rather still be us than Iowa. Is it a successful season? I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about this during the off season. We got to a bowl game, or we're going to get to a bowl game. The other bad news, it was a bad day for last weekend. Was such a good weekend for Husker athletics, and then today is, the Husker volleyball team lost to Penn State 3-1, and they have to beat Maryland to clinch a share of the Big Ten title, which we should do, but still kind of just disappointing there too. Interested to see your thoughts. At the beginning of the season, I really thought, I hope I don't have to do any more bathroom videos. And here I am sitting in my bathroom at the end of the year. Again, we made progress. Not as much progress as any of us wanted. It would have been nice to be 7-5 rather than 6-6. And I know all the doom and gloom. Well, we're going to go into the bowl game and lose this. We'll be 6-7. Spare me the shit. Just live for now. Worry about the bowl game later. There'll be plenty of other things to bitch about between now and then, because by God, in the next week, we're going to see probably shitloads of Nebraska players transfer to other programs or stop playing football. But the warning I'll give you right now is this off season is going to be sheer chaos. I'm guessing we'll probably lose a coordinator. Just guessing. I hope we don't. I'm guessing we lose a lot of players that we don't want to lose. And, we're going to watch college football go through a 12-team playoff where everybody's screaming and yelling about everything on planet Earth. So, again, chaos. And I just hope everybody that's good loses and feels bad about themselves, because that's the mood I'm in right now. Thank you all for your support, for watching these videos of me in my fucking bathroom. I can't believe, my kid, you obviously saw, a lot of you saw him, that he proposed and his fiance said yes last week after the Wisconsin game. That's a bright point on the season, right? They got to watch me go around Lincoln in the Haymarket area and be known for a guy that does videos in his bathroom. Who the hell, how did this happen? I hope to God going forward that these are minimized from now on. And thank you for the support of, I guess, watching me in my bathroom too much. Take care of yourselves. I hope you have good holiday season and all that stuff. And hey, maybe we'll enjoy watching our men's basketball team. Take care of yourselves.